Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, regardless of what time of day you're watching this epic replacement central air conditioning system video. Thank you so much. And a huge shout out to the approaching 139,000 subscribers to the Mikey Pipes Pipe Doctor YouTube channel. Today, we're taking out slightly oversized Lennox R22 central air conditioning system and putting in the one and only Bosch IDS 2.0. Stick around, smash that thumbs up button. We're going to show you some great, good installation practice techniques that we use. Salvaging the line set, using the pipe wiper, some brazing with nitrogen, all that good stuff. Stick around, you're not going to want to miss it. Let's get going. All right, so right now we're doing the vacuum process. Let me show you how that's done. We have our manifold hooked up to our suction and discharge line. All right, a high and low side. The blue is representing low, red is representing high. Okay, going through a manifold from there, leaving the normally charging port of the manifold. This is the 4-port valve manifold, by the way, so you can also vacuum through it, but you really shouldn't vacuum through a manifold. But using the charging port, we're going to a filter dryer. Then we're going to our field piece vacuum pump. Then we're going to a recovery tank. This recovery tank was not that full, has a little weight to it. It is good practice, especially when you approach a fuller tank, to put a scale on it, because you never want to exceed 80% of the rated capacity for the tank. So if this is a 30-pound tank, a 30-pound capacity tank, you want 80% of that, which would be 30 pounds minus 20%, so 6. We'd want to fill it to 24 pounds, the tank. So it's had a little bit on there, so we're good with that. Daniel's going to do this. We're going to take a look upstairs, see what's going on with Peter, and we have a new hire. What happened?
No, it's just like this.
Oh, we have a new character on the show. Ain't that right, Peter? We have a new character on the Mikey Pipes Pipe Doctor YouTube channel. We're going to go up to the attic. Let's introduce. They're always the best, by the way. Isn't that right? Look at this nice attic stairs. Hold on, it gets better. We finally have OSHA-approved flooring in an attic. Look at this. And we're not done yet. Here we go. Here we go. We're not touching this one. This one's the R410A, the Ream. It's this Lennox. And oh boy, she's seen better days. So ain't Peter, right? So we always have every team member, every family member of a pipe doctor, we all have nicknames. All right? Daniel is, well, Daniel. Or Daniel Mini-Me, someone called once before a long time ago. Going back, we had Shake and Bake.
Shake and Bake, Sippy Cup.
Sippy Cup.
Frankie 2 times.
Frankie 2 times.
3 times.
Fired twice, hired twice. Well, blame it on me, I'm an idiot. We had Godzilla. We had Kelvin in the mini school bus. And now we have, without further ado, come on. We have Man Baby. Say hello, James. This is James. He is working with us part-time for, it's kind of like a summer internship.
Smart.
Yep. And, but he's getting a paid internship. I gotta take care of him, otherwise I think his mother would probably scream and yell at me like she does every day, but every day.
I'll back him up on that one.
Yeah, it's true. Facts. I just want to push her over the balcony, but I don't know, just can't. All right, welcome, Man Baby. Your mission today, should you choose to accept it, and you have no choice, you have to.
I have to.
That's coming out. And the Bosch IDS 2.0 3-ton air handler is going in. Smash that thumbs up button, guys. Let's go. Do it now. All right, well, Peter is removing some of the silver tape off of the return duct, the return plenum. Let's take a look at how this unit was installed. They must have had a sale on chain. Maybe they thought this was a dog, but I don't know. Who puts dogs in a chain? Just saying. And then we have a 2x4 with a little hook there and goes to the ceiling. So we're gonna take this out and put it in the right way. We're gonna use some unistrut, also known as Kindorf, 1.5 inch. We'll use some threaded rod with some Sammys going into the framing of the roof. And that way we can properly secure the air handler suspended. We may even use a high-rise pad, but we'll see about that. For one thing for sure, that the condensate and the 2x4 is not going to be held together with a duct tie. That's for sure. For sizzle. All right, so we're just making sure that our base is level. We're going to keep that or reuse that. Let's see what's underneath it. Dirt. Any field mice or just mud? Well, moist earth. Okay, here's the old condenser. One of the things I like to stress though is job site cleanliness. If you look around here, it's 8:12 in the morning, right? We have everything decrated. The cardboard is all gone for both the air handler and the condensing unit. Garbage is neatly put away. If you keep your work site clean, ladies and gentlemen, throughout the job, it makes it that much easier towards the end. While I have the old Lennox condensing unit up right here, let's go over an overview of the components that we see in front of us for those who are maybe unaware, first time watching. And by the way, if this is your first time watching, please consider subscribing. There's no cost or obligation, and it really would help the channel out. Let's take a look at some of the components, okay? One of the first things I always like to do is just do a general overview. Make sure nothing is out of the ordinary. You're gonna see we have some rust there on the end of the condensing coil. It's kind of normal for an older unit. We want to take close attention, see if we see any oil residue. If we have any oil residue, it's indicative of a refrigerant leak. The oil residue would be the refrigeration oils that are used to lubricate and try to keep the compressor, up and running for a very long time. Let's start with these two valves right here. Like I was saying before, the larger pipe is called our suction. This is the low pressure side, and this is the high pressure side. Liquid. No. Vapor is coming back on the low side, and liquid is leaving. These are called king valves, and these are called service ports, there and there. Okay, from here we're going to see this little switch. Sometimes it looks like that. Maybe it's on a little thin tube and it's brazed onto the piping. This is our low pressure switch, and if the system would ever have a low pressure condition, it's going to kill power to the contactor. Okay, we'll get to that next. Opposite of low pressure would be high pressure. This is a manual reset high pressure switch. Okay, if the pressure should ever become too high, let's say there's a restriction at the filter dryer or at the TXV, the metering device, or somewhere in the system, and the compressor's compressing and it's not pushing that refrigerant out, we're going to have a high pressure condition, and the high pressure switch is going to pop, and the only way to reset that would be to push the button. You'll see that on a lot of reams. Let's see if this one has that. It would be right there, and see that little hole right there? It's not there. You saw that in some older reams. Of course, this big black thing in the middle, this is a scroll compressor. I know it's a scroll because it says Copeland compliant scroll. Okay. Our wiring harness coming from our compressor. In the electrical compartment, we're going to have a contactor. Now, this is a 2-pole contactor. We have one line of power and 2 lines of power coming in, equaling 208, 230. The contactor gets a signal, 24-volt signal from the air handler and thermostat, right? Closing it in, or closing the circuit, energizing our energizing our compressor and our condenser fan motor. Immediately to the left of our contactor is our time delay relay. It's basically used to save the compressor in case, power failure, a little brownout, or the power's out for a couple seconds. It will prevent the compressor from turning on for a predetermined amount of time, generally about 3 to 5 minutes. And this right here is our capacitor. This one has 3 connections on top. This is a dual capacitor, and its size is 50/5 microfarad. So 50 would be the capacitance of the Herm side, which is typically has 3 prongs, right? Which would be here. This is Herm, this is common, and this is fan. There you have it. Okay, we made sure that our base was level. Daniel did take some outdoor exterior screws and secured our by Diversitech. By the way, this is the Diversitech high-rise heat pump head, which we use almost always on all heat pump installations. It keeps it elevated, multiple purposes, but really is time-saving, and it really makes the job look exceptionally well. You ready? Let's move the condenser up there. Where's it going?
This way.
Good. You good? No. Hold on. Yeah, but I'm off the edge
You're
here.
way off.
Okay. Very nice. Wobbling because you have them all in the middle. Okay. All right. So there is our Bosch IDS 2.0 heat pump condenser. We're going to cut this back. Get the customer's approval first, of course, but it's just horrible. Especially it's those thorny ones too, no less. Ow. Got me. Maybe you can. All right, look. So Daniel and James have been up in the attic, and the blower's out, the return plenum is disconnected. Peter's working on our supply plenum. You can notice we have a damper system. We're gonna keep that as is. Wow, good job, Peter. Look at this. While I was outside, you know, helping Daniel, cleaning up, Peter's really stepping up his game. Stepping up his game. Very, very nice. Great job. All right, and while we're up here, I just want to take a moment and just focus our attention on this component in front of us. This component is called the evaporator coil. We have that hot, high pressure, high temperature refrigerant coming in on this 3/8 line, the one without the insulation on it, where there it enters the air handler and it passes through this device right here. That little device, center of the screen, that is called a TXV. It is a metering device. Directly to the left of it, strapped to the piping of the evaporator coil, is the sensing bulb for the TXV. Its job is to regulate, for simple terms, subcooling, which is a whole nother to do right there, but its job is to distribute, you know, that refrigerant. It's basically taking that high pressure, high temperature, and it's acting like a traffic cop, right? We have this very fast moving freeway, a lot of traffic. Traffic cops right there say stop, and directs traffic. You, right? Creating a traffic jam, right? And then after the TXV, you have low temperature, low pressure. The condition of the evaporator coil is typical for an age of this system. Wow, seen better days actually. Wow, it's crazy. Isn't that right, crazy?
Yeah.
Okay, over here we have our terminal block. We see that on older systems. Behind that is a transformer. That's a step-down transformer from 200. Sounded like it just farted. Didn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. It sounded like it just farted. That's a step-down transformer, 2A 230 to 24 volts. Oh, look at that. Crazy. Waiting for it to do what it's doing. And looks like it's closed or open. 2 dampers. We're keeping them. Let's see how good his retention is. Oh, he's carrying the kind off. The unistrut. Man, baby.
Yeah.
Remember the band iron we spoke about?
What's it called?
The band iron.
Maybe.
Oh, not maybe. Come on, I specifically told you where it is. And I said that, and here are the shears to cut it with. And I said, yeah. Okay, you're gonna go there and grab approximately 3 feet of it.
Okay.
Approximately, not to be exact, but like an arm's length. You know, from.
Wire that you said we don't use a lot.
We don't use a lot, correct? The band iron.
Yeah.
Cut approximately 3 feet of it. Do not take it out of the box. Just pull it out.
Okay.
Thank you. I want to secure some of the ductwork up and away because it's kind of annoying. Peter's doing a great job. I think we have the air handler disconnected from the supply plenum. Only one more screw left, and it's only 8:34. Love me Tuesdays.
A lot.
Where the hell did this go? It's just going out there. All right, bring this bad boy out. Let's put it for right now. Wrong orientation. Wrong orientation. Look, you're schwitzing already.
I'm dying up here.
Wow, just getting started.
Yeah.
Always
You got it? Yeah.
the most difficult part is removing and bringing equipment back in without hitting anything. This could be Venetian plaster, tens of thousands of dollars to redo, or it could be paint and a couple $100 to redo, but nonetheless, not an expense you want when replacing your air conditioning system. All right, the equipment has been removed. Daniel's working on the electric outside. Let me show you what we use here over at Pipe. So take a look at our disconnect. This disconnect is by Square D. It's a 60 amp, not really, but I handle up to 60 amp, 2 poles, right? It's got no overcurrent protection. This basically breaker right there is not for overcurrent protection. It's just for a safe means of disconnecting power to our condensing unit. Now, normally, if we use like a Thermostat or traditional disconnect panel, unlike the ones you see there, those are just those are big bucks, right? Normally, you can put your surge protection device. We use the Rector Seal RSH50 on all of our Bosch and ductless mini split systems. So normally you can put it right to the bottom, but we don't have enough tapping there. So what a great thing about the Rector Seal, right, is it comes with this little mounting bracket and we can mount it right inside. So there is our surge protection device. Just gets wired along with incoming power to with L1 and L2. And it's got a great warranty and a really cool low profile look. That's what it looks like. See? Easy peasy, lifetime warranty, and it's really, really, really good stuff. So, good means to protect your customers or even your equipment. Install a surge protecting device. Something stuck in my throat. Daniel, you think they were smart enough to bring the air handler upstairs?
Where is it? Where was it before?
In the driveway.
Oh,
They got rid of the old one.
yeah. Peter's smart enough.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go see. All right, and of course, there it is. The air handler's still sitting there. But I did give them other instruction to clean the base of the attic where the air handler is, so we should be good.
Can we get you any water, coffee, anything?
No, we're good. We're good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We got our threaded rod. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's check, make sure we're level. We are basically a little bit high. high on this side. Let's raise this up a tad. Actually, our blower is on this side, our evaporator is here, our drain is on which side? The center of the air handler or on the one of the ends? Where's our drain on the evaporator? It is going to end up on the center because we're going to flip this coil around, right? And it's going to be there, right? Because here is our inlet return air coming in. Here is our discharge air. And our drain needs to be in the bottom because water doesn't go uphill. All right, so we're going to flip this coil around. But to do so, we have to remove the automatic expansion valve. Well, not the automatic expansion valve. The thermistor off of the liquid side of the evaporator. Peter's going to pull that off, which is right there. So we're going to pull that wire off. We're going to flip this coil around. What are you looking at, Swan? And yes, we're listening to Olivia Rodrigo. You know who Olivia Rodrigo is? Smart. Okay. You good? Mm-hmm. By the way, so much easier than a carrier. For all you guys in the fields, know what I'm talking about? That stupid evaporator condensate tray wobbles around. And let's look at the construction of this. Solidly built. And guess what? Flipping it around is easy as pie. Get in there. One person operation. Easy peasy. We do have to drill a hole now to get the temperature thermistor up. Right through here so we can reattach it. Oh, yeah, do it, sorry. Just like a Fujitsu. You can put it anywhere. Right? There's this side right there. And I know we weren't perfect, but I never felt this way for no one. Good? Mm-hmm. All right. Let's reassemble slightly. Get a screw for that. Gives it some stability and it's more rigid when we put this air handler in position. Because you said forever, now I drive along past your street. No. I know there's a lot of people right now like, what the F is wrong with Mikey effing Pipes? I think she's a very talented artist.
He loves his Selena. He loves his Selena.
Selena?
This is the cover.
Selena, yeah, I know. Selena Gomez. Latinas chicas. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, let's get the screws in there. Bosch. Hashtag, ladies and gentlemen, love Bosch. Hashtag, love Bosch. Move the rain to it. Look at that pool back there. Ooh, pool? Yeah, look at that. Nice vinyl freeform gunite pool. Today pool day, James? All right. It's that time of day. 7 minutes to 10. Thank God we're not at Hugh Hefner's house. There we go. Why does it sound like Daniel's wearing high heels? What?
We might be best off just going in and then...
In this one?
Yeah.
Like through here.
Like, if you...
Yeah, go that way with it.
Yeah, keep backing up.
What do you say? He's too big for this?
Yeah.
Yo, you have no idea what big is, bro.
This has to go there.
This is the bottom.
Yeah. So if you keep taking it back, and then we're gonna do this, something like that.
Okay.
So this is facing Mike.
Okay.
A little further.
No, you're good. Oh yeah, pass the line set.
Flip it this way.
Daniel's got the pipe wiper.
Yeah, that's it. Nitrogen is the bottom.
Is the nitrogen up here? No, I guess not. Peter, did you bring the nitrogen up here? No.
No, I was in a rush to get you the.
Yeah. Okay. There's man, baby. This is technically his second day on the job. He worked for Pipe Doctor about 4 years ago. Lasted about, I don't know, about maybe 40 minutes or so.
Actually.
And his mommy picked him up. Luckily, we were at a job around the corner from his casa. And yeah, and then he said, I got you. Mike, don't worry, I got you one day. I'll return the favor. And now here he is, returning the favor with interest. With interest.
No interest.
No interest?
No interest.
No interest. Okay. Don't just stare at this heifer, you know, get her in there. You want to lift it up. You got to lift your end up. And you have the easy end too. The liftable end. Okay, carry it in now. Bosch.
Yep, lift. Okay, lift. Try to.
Oh man, leave me alone. You're on speakerphone.
Okay. I just need to know exactly which windows you want done.
Are we still talking about this?
Well, he's back here and I wasn't here yet.
It's the entire back of the house.
So you want all the kitchen and dining room windows?
Every single window in back of the house.
What, in our bedroom?
Your mother's nuts, by the way. She is. She's a psycho lunatic. I'm having, in case you're wondering, UV protective film placed on all of the glass on the south part of the house. The south part of the house is the entire backyard, right? And for UV protection, because I'm starting to see, even though the house is basically brand new, like 2.5 years old, I'm starting to see the wood fade, right? The hardwood flooring fade, and that, you know, so we got to put UV protection on all the windows. It's clear film. It's placed on all the windows, like window tint, but it's not tinted. But it blocks the UV rays from entering into your home and sparing, you know, your furnishings, because the sun, the UV rays of the sun will fade that. Makes sense? Makes sense. And it's a friend of a friend. And a friend sent him a picture of my whole entire back of my house and gave me a price, and now apparently there's confusion.
Very simple, right?
Very simple. Every single window and every single piece of glass in the back of the house. Easy peasy. Let's get back to work. All right. Peter, you ready? You think Daniel's ready?
I think that's what you called, yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Smash that thumbs up button.
Think they're ready.
All right. We're going to pipe wipe now. We have this contraption here. We have a little pig. It's going to go in there. Like that. Okay. Let's loosen this up a little bit. My hands are a little slippery. Slippery when wet. Does this not fit the size? There it is. Okay. Slide this up there a little bit, and we're going to use pressure. Where's the nitrogen? Grab that. We're going to use pressure to wipe the system clean. So, there we go. Put this on there. Should we call, grab my phone? Let's call Daniel. I am your mother. Listen to me. Daniel.
Please leave your message for...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got it.
You got it already?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the next. Okay.
Next line or different thing?
What?
Next line you're doing?
No, same one. We'll do it 3 times.
Okay. Yeah, because it's pretty oily.
Yeah? Oh Okay, here's the next one. And we'll show you guys what this looks like. But basically we're using nitrogen with these little black piggies, the little foam piggies. And its job is to wipe all the oil residue from the inside of the line set. So here's the next one. There it is. Let us know when you get it, Daniel.
I just got it.
Okay. So let's do
And oily.
oily.
Yeah.
Okay. Do another one. Here we go. Here it comes. You hear it.
Yeah, oily again.
All right. There's another one. Running out of piggies. Now, I do know that Hilmer also makes this pipe wiper, but I got mine from Ajax through True Tech Tools. If you're going to shop at True Tech Tools, by the way, I don't have a coupon code there because I'm not a true friend, but use Know-It-All, KNOWITALL, and you'll get 8% off. You got it?
Yeah, very oily.
Very oily.
Yeah.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one more little pig left, then we have to recycle.
Better.
Okay, I have no more pigs left.
Okay.
Wipe them off, bring them up. Okay, next, you're gonna go downstairs. You're gonna see how we catch the pigs.
You ready?
Yeah. Got it.
Look.
Gotta take it out. Oh, it's pretty dry.
Oh, okay. Do it one more time. Here comes another one.
Okay. Got it.
How is it?
It's dry.
Okay, well, good. We'll connect you on.
All right, so off camera, I ran a new 18.8. All right, because we're gonna make this a dual fuel installation. So here is the old What's that? In the back of the box. Let's see, in the back of the box. In the back of the box.
In the very, very bottom.
Back of the box. Oh, look at that! Wow!
I was pretty sure I was
Wow! Look at that! Today's your lucky day.
awesome. Thank you.
Oh! They should still do some paint in here, though. All right, so we are using 2 transformers, right? And here's the old thermostat, which is basura. So we're using 2 transformers. We're going to use this wall plate here. Okay. And we have 18.8, which is 8 conductor, 18 gauge wire going to our air handler now. That's going to go, looks like right there, right? Looks like it's going to go right there. And then we have our back plate of our Ecobee, which is right here. Let's get that on there as well. Feel free to skip ahead if you guys are familiar with this process. I'm just doing it for educational purposes only. Now, they gave us some screws here. Screws. Okay. Let's open that up and see what they're giving us here. They're giving us, what are they giving us? They're giving us these. The homeowner had previously taken this thing off the wall, so we are going to create some new holes. All right, let's see. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Today is not my day. Oh, I'm making progress. I can hear it chewing through the plaster wall. And where there's plaster wall, there's usually that wood lath behind it. So we're making this nice and tight. All right, and when we get it nice and snug, we don't want to strip it. Just like that. There you go. Look at that, here's one. Ready for the next? Let's do this. You hold the tail, I'll do the horse, okay? Here we go. Applying some pressure to penetrate through the plastic. And of course, my gloves are in the way. Damn, gloves are always in the way. But you gotta wear protection. Okay. Oh, I thought I had it. This is not looking too promising. Oh, wow, it is. Okay. A little bit of cocky mark right there, but I think we look good. Okay. So, on our thermostat, right, we have RH. Okay. We have red and white. That's going to be our RH connection to our air handler. Our air handler is feeding convectors, hydronic heating. Okay. So let's take that wire and let's go to W1, right? And RH. Okay, like that. Now, we have a little bit of extra wire here. I want to fish it inside the wall because you never know that it could be used for the next guy. And it's not going to be me because it's time to pass on the reins to the younger generation, you know what I mean? Like man baby here. That was a joke. So, we ran 8 wire. All right? Look at this. And we're not talking about Pride Month. Okay? I'm keeping it real. We're not talking about Pride Month here. Okay? So, but it's kind of colorful though, isn't it? We have red. What comes after red in the rainbow? What comes after red in the rainbow?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Orange.
Okay. Red.
Am I right?
I don't know. Orange.
I don't know.
Yellow. Blue. No.
Green, blue.
Green, blue.
I think so.
Green, blue.
Purple, pink.
Purple, pink. We have brown and black. And white.
Yeah, so.
Look at this. And we're not celebrating Pride Month. Okay. So, we are going to use a few of these wires. We're going to use RC. We're going to use C. We're going to use Y. We're going to use Y1. We're going to use the green, right? And I'm going to use black for OB, right? And I have 2 left, right? Well, more than 2 left. I have orange and white. I am going to use the orange for Y2. We're just going to wrap those around the wire, the spare wire like that, because the next guy may be able to need it for something. Okay. So our black is going to be used for a reversing valve, which is OB. Our green is going to go to G, which is for fan. Orange is going to be for Y2, second stage cooling. The blue is common. Yellow is Y1. And red is going to be our RC. So let's shove all those wires in there. Like that. Okay. Now, a little bit too long, so let's trim that down a little bit. Okay. So there is RC. Okay, now we have Y1. And I am throwing some scrap on the floor, which we'll pick up later. Just for reference. We don't want to be slobs. Working in someone's home, someone's property. Clean up after yourselves. The orange, I made Y2. All right. That's going to go in there. like that. Okay. We have green. Gonna go for G. That's our fan. All right, that's gonna go right there. You're yawning. You're tired or something. What time did you go to sleep last night?
Like 1:30. 1.
On a school night, huh? Partying all night on a
School
school
night or a
night.
work night?
Same thing. School night, work night, same shit.
I'm done with school.
Okay. Come on, baby. Get in there. There it is. There's the common. Make sure she's in there. Yep, she's in there. Wow, look at Y2 went all the way through it. See that? That's crazy. Let's pull back a little bit. And now OB. OB is for our reversing valve in heat pump mode. Remember, this is dual fuel application. And there's OB. See? Now, we take this little thing right here and put it on the wall like that. See that? Easy peasy. All right, so we're up at the air handler. Peter worked on the emergency drain. Now he's doing the primary drain using the Diversitech clear condensate trap. I took the liberty and wired up my equipment. Very simple. We're not using a couple wires, which is the black, the gray, and the white, right, at the air handler connection. So I have red, right, coming from, now all the wires are coming from this electric control board. They were sticking out here, wrapped with the little piece of the label, that label right there. I just take some tape, I like to put it inside the unit, helps the next guy out. So red to R on my thermostat. I have purple to my orange, which is Y2. Purple's Y2. Green is fan going to G. I have my yellow wire going to Y1 and going to Y at the outdoor condensing unit. My brown wire is common to blue, and we made green, because there's only 3 wires going outside, we made that common going to condenser. My blue wire coming from there is my OB reversing wire, so it goes to B and then B to my condenser, and those two are not used. We'll tuck that away over there, put some zip ties there, and there's a label. Let's go to the Ecobee customer supplied thermostat and let's configure it. All right, hi there. All right, we will guide you through the setup process. Let's get started. I am an Ecobee Pro. Not really, but I'm not a homeowner. A Pro will be allowed more flexibility in setup configuration that may also damage equipment. We don't want to damage equipment. So I think I'm a Pro. I think we'll stick with it. Next. Wiring as a Pro. Wow, they really don't want you to be a Pro. Wiring as a Pro allows configurations that may damage your equipment if done incorrectly. If you would like to contact a Pro for installation, please proceed to ecobee.com, find-a-pro. I understand. Enter your unique PIN to link the thermostat to your company. Back. I'm going to skip that. We have detected a wire connected to the RC terminal, but not the RH terminal. Is this correct? No. RC and RH are connected. Next. We have detected wiring into following terminals. Is this correct? No. We're also using Y2. Modify. Using Y2. W1OB. Perfect. Do we have an accessory such as a humidifier, dehumidifier, ventilator? No, we do not. We prefer Fahrenheit over Celsius because this is the imperial system in the great United States of America. What kind of heat pump do you have? We have air-to-air heat pump. How is the OB reversing wire energized? It's on heat. Actually, it's on cool, I believe. I could be mistaken. We may have to go back to this, but I think it's reversed on cool. Allow the heat pump and auxiliary heat to run simultaneously. We're going to disable that. Configure the compressor minimum outdoor temperature. We're going to set that to, we're going to make that, he has solar panels on his roof, but it's for domestic hot water. So we're going to make that 40 degrees. And what kind of heating system do you have? We have a boiler. Next, name your system. Let's call it thermostat. Upstairs. No, upstairs is good. We're going to pair smart sensor. We'll skip pairing for now. And we'll skip the Wi-Fi setup for now. What is the current mode of your AC system? Well, right now everything's off. Okay, what's the ideal temperature in the winter? 70. In the summer, let's make that 70. We are in the United States of America. We are in the New York time zone. What time is it? It is 11. Wow, 11:31. Damn. Today is June 6th, 2023. Your Ecobee is now ready. Baruch Hashem. It's calibrating. Easy peasy. I've been talking this whole time and I didn't even hit the record button. I spared the community. Because sometimes I'll have to run my trap. Man, baby. 12:17. Doing this again? Part 2? I'm going to do another system this afternoon.
Cameras on.
Camera's on. All right, the vacuum pump is running, ladies and gentlemen. I have a feeling that by this time in an hour, we're going to be sitting at the table at Zaga having some sushi for lunch with the fellas. Okay, here we go. Let's look at the vacuum. We're looking good. We're looking good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 12:19. We're at SEP 900 microns. Now, we have an existing line set that not only did we use the pipe wiper on multiple times on the 7/8 line set, we also ran the flush through, the X11 flush. You should get some more X11 flush, by the way. It's good to have in the back with you. Flyhouse.com, real people, real service, not a sponsor of the channel. Yeah, let's get some more flush. We may have, I don't think we have it in the shop, but what do you think we're going to get this down to by 12:30? In the pump? Let's do it on the fly. All right, let's change the oil on the fly. Here we go. Wait for it to empty out. Here we go. Close it. Oh, a little bit more in there. All right. Put a little bit in there. I'll tell you when to stop. Right there. Good. Okay. And we just changed the oil, the vacuum pump oil on the fly, just like that. Take a look at our micron gauge. We're 135 almost. There we go, 135. And it is 12:25. Nice. Zaga opens at 1 o'clock. All right, we're going to run some nitrogen through this bad boy. All right, because we're not really... It's open. Good. Closed. Closed. All right, let's purge some nitrogen. What pressure is that thing set to?
500-ish.
All right, good. Let's purge some nitrogen. All right. We're doing the second of 3 nitrogen purges. We were pulling down a vacuum. We got down to about 150, but as soon as I closed them, it shot up to 1400 and it kept climbing. So we have obviously some moisture and other non-condensable as well, moisture in the line. So we got to make it nice, tight, and dry. Come on, baby. We're doing a decay test right now. 557.2 and dropping microns with our valves closed. You see? They're closed. We're waiting for a passing decay test. The decay has passed! The decay has passed! The decay has passed! The decay has passed. Baruch Hashem. Zaga opened 4 minutes ago. Our return air temperature is, say, 73?
Yeah.
So it's 63 and 63.5, 63 dropping. Good. Very good. We'll probably be in the 60s. Very nice. Baby. Do I keep it real or do I not keep it real? Before I show you what we're doing right now, I got to give a shout out to Christian from Gustavo. Gustavo just donated $30 to the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy charitable organization. There's a link down in the description box down below if you want to donate. And he just sent $30. I'm just giving him a shout out because he wants me to give a shout out. Can you give a shout out to my brother Kristen from Gus in your next video. Gustavo from Woolbourne, Massachusetts. I wish you were here having some of this sushi, brother. Some Toro. some spicy tuna, Philadelphia roll, all the crazy stuff right there. Catch you in the next one. Be well, God bless, stay safe.